Today's collectible spot, we are having a look at the Spinmaster Toys Pokemon Ionix Pancham versus Eevee. I'm thinking Pancham is a new Pokemon. I do remember Eevee. I don't remember Pancham, so he might be one of the new million or so Pokemons that have been introduced. This set's a little more involved. It's 66 pieces, so this is the higher-end deluxe sets, not the basic sets we were looking at. Still includes shapeshifter bricks to build not only Pancham, but also Eevee. On the back of the package, Step 1, take your brick. Step 2, open up the brick. Step 3, magic as you create a living creature. Okay, it's not quite living. Also available, the basic sets are the figures that we've already been looking at. You can head over to www.ionixbricks, that's IONIXBRICKS.com. And you can also head over to, of course, the folks over at Spinmaster at www.spinmaster.com. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. When we come back, we're getting a better look at Pancham versus Eevee. There's more anyway, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Okay, so for this set, it's going to be a little more involved. As you see, there's 3 bags rather than the 6 to 9 pieces that we were looking at with the basic figures. Luckily, though, the folks over at Spinmaster Toys include an instruction guide. Pancham versus Eevee. This, I guess, would be also set 30701. Shows you how to put everything together. We're going to do that right now as Spot actually will go through and we're going to build these guys together. So we're going to start with page 1, showing you how to build Eevee. And Eevee looks like it's the same build as the previously looked at Fennekin. Did you see how that piece of plastic went flying over there? I didn't plan that. That's just that skill that you didn't realize you have until something happens and then you're like, how did I do that? That's skill. That's tapped in skill. It's kind of like Bourne, you know, from the Bourne movies. It just happens. It just kind of happens. So you're going to take your 4-piece brick. It's a 2x4 brick, exactly the same as Fennekin. And you're going to take your finger, and this always seems to be more difficult than anything else. But what you can also do is lift this piece, which I really should have also suggested too. You could lift this piece, and if you had like a pen or something like that, you could kind of poke your pen through there to kind of get the legs to come out. You really only need to get like one leg out. This one a little easier than the Fennekin. Once you get the one leg out, you can easily get in there and pull out the other legs. There you go. We'll just return these. We won't need them for Eevee. And those just kind of tuck back into place. There we go. So you have a piece that starts like this. From there, it is the same build. So you're going to take this piece right here. Make sure this piece goes on the end, because you get 2 pieces. One's flat, one has the circle. The circle is for his tail. You're going to take the smooth piece, and that goes like that. Then we're going to take the tail and peg that into the end. Finally, taking the head. That's a gorgeous, look at the sculpt on that. I don't know why, Eevee. I just always really like Eevee. He's also got some really cool versions of himself as he upgrades. That's not the term I know for Pokemon. It doesn't really it evolves. It evolves. There's Eevee. I think Eevee is a little better looking than Fennekin. There's Fennekin right there. There's Fennekin. No denying though, those are awesome looking heads. So there is Eevee. There's one of them. There's one of the Pokemon built. I'm going to put him down like that. Then we're going to take this piece, because we're going to build Pancham. We're going to flip the page over here. And Pancham's a little bit different. We're going to find, first of all, the hands. Pull the hands out. Pull the hands out. There's like a little lip. You see that right there where my fingernail is? There's a little lip ledge right there. That lets you just enough to get your fingernail in there and pull out the hands. Give you something that looks like that. Then these 2 arms come down. This other arm comes down. And I guess really, you know what, this is the same transformation, really, same brick as well as Froakie. So if you remember Froakie? Same thing, guys, same thing. So you're going to take the legs, and you're going to move these out. And you're going to bring those down. Just like that. Give you something that looks like this. Then you're going to take some smooth pieces. We're just going to cover up the fronts here of what will be his legs. Just snap in like that. Then you're going to take the little pegs. Same. These are actually really just the exact same as what we did with Froakie, just a little bit different in color. You get a piece. The bottom section is all finished. The only thing really required left for Pancham here is his mouth. It looks a little sinister. It looks a little Eevee. Kind of also looks like Grumpy Cat. I don't know why. For me, kind of reminds me of Grumpy Cat. This we'll just peg into over his head. And sometimes I find it's a little harder to get the head on there. You might need to get your parents. That's what Dad likes to do. You can say, Dad, I can't get this on. Let me show you, son. Let me show you. That's always what fathers will do. They'll be like, let me show you, son. Dad'll do it for you. Dads love doing that kind of stuff. And there you have Pancham. Pancham. So there's your two Pokemons finished. Now we have to build the world that the Pokemons are going to be in. So for that, I'm going to flip my page over. And we're going to take the largest bag, just like that, and dump out the contents. Don't ever make the mistake that I've made before, where you take all your bags and dump them all out. In this case, I could probably do this. I'll do this anyways. Watch as I've said, don't do it, and then Spot does it anyways. Don't do what Spot does. That should be a name of a book. But I'm going to dump the contents out. But don't, if you ever have like 4, 5, 12 bags, don't open them all up and then dump them. You're going to be there hours and hours trying to find things. So we're going to take this piece, and we're going to take this piece. They're kind of, well, they're kind of flipped image. No, they are the same. I thought I was being clever, but they are the actual same piece. Disregard what I just said. Okay, so then we're going to take this piece here, and we are going to line this up. My depth perception is never always very good, so we're going to line those up. I never can quite gauge whether that's enough pegs, because I'm kind of I'm looking at the image right there. That looks like 3, right? You'd say 3. I'd say 3. I'm going to go with 3. Then we're going to take a section that looks like this. Kind of looks like the inside of the Death Star. This would be like the interior walls of the Death Star. We're not building the Death Star, though. We're building the world for the Pokemon. We're going to then take these pieces. This piece, I don't need this. I don't even know if that's in the instructions. I don't need that little green piece. I'm going to put that there. Put that there like that. And then we're going to take the same piece and just flip it like that. According to the instructions, that's what we want it to look like. We're still on the same page. Not quite. Spot's flipped the page. Spot, you're flipping the page? I've flipped the page. Because next what we're going to do is we're going to find, there we go. We're going to go on to page 3. Page 3. And then we're going to take these pieces, and these pieces, I think, go out like this. They go a little bit further out than the previous piece. I'm going to repeat it twice. On this side, we're going to also repeat it twice. Now, I think this goes a little... This isn't going to go as far out. See how this was far out? Far out, man. No, this is actually going to go a little closer. That's what the instructions say. Unless Spot's looking at and reading the instructions wrong. That's possible. That is very well possible. So we're going to put that down. And then we're going to take another one of these pieces. And we're going to find the inverted piece. We're going to come up with something that looks like that. Revisiting the grassy area, we're going to put that right like so, giving us something that looks like that. I should make a sound effect for every time I flip the page. Like, don't worry, I'm not going to use that noise. I realized that as I was mid-making the noise, that was a bad noise. Inside my head, I was saying, Spot, that is totally a bad noise. Don't use that noise again. Don't even mention that that's a bad noise. But then I went ahead and I just said it anyways. I'm going to take these pieces and put these pieces together. Ah, there we go. Kind of looks like also one of the droids from Star Wars. I seem to have Star Wars on the brain. That is going to go like this. Just want to make sure I got these right. Yes, that's going to go like that, giving us something that looks like this. Turn this around, and then you're going to take, where's that piece? You're going to take one of these pieces, and that's going to go on top. If I was a hairstylist, I would say that completes the look. This also would complete the look. I'm going to take this piece, and that's going to snap on like that. There we go. So you have something that looks like this. I was going to do it. I was going to make the noise. I'm not going to make the noise. Take the other piece. You want another piece that looks like this, and that's this piece here. That will snap into the top section. And I'm always worried when I start pushing down on something that I always think it's going to go, it's going to go everywhere. And I'm going to be like, oh, how did I do this so wrong? Then we're going to take this piece, and it's going to snap. It's going to snap. It's really not that complicated. I'm just being careful. I don't want to, you know, I don't want that happening. Then we're going to take this piece, and this goes, it goes 4 in. So I'm going to line up 4, giving us 4 in. Then we're going to take this piece. It looks like we're kind of building kind of like a hill. That is right. We are building a hill. Or like a stone face. That's going to go down. And we have to start building some little side objects. We need to find the piece. We need to find a piece that looks like this. Then we're going to take these pieces, snap them into place. I can bring the camera in. Of course I can do that. We're going to take that piece. We're going to take this piece, snap those into place. And what else are we going to do? That goes to the side. Then we're going to take this, and we need to put this piece here, and we need to take this piece here, and then we're going to take this piece, and that's going to go, whoops, did you see all that? I was looking down. Oh, I was looking down. Okay, we're going to do that. Yes, still good? Okay, we're still good. This piece that we just finished building is going to snap in like that, giving us something that looks like this. So far, so good. Revisiting the cliff or rock face that we're building, this is going to peg. We're actually going to take the pieces that hinge, and we're going to peg those two to something that looks like this. So this section is loose. You see that? That's a separate piece. It's almost as if we're building something that's going to throw or knock something over. That sounds like it's a setup for something later. We're going to take these pieces, we're going to add those to the sides, and we're going to find another piece. Where's the other piece? There it is right there. And take that piece, build that, put that on the side. And what else do we have to do? We have to take this. This goes like this. That goes like that. We're going to take another one of these rock. I love the look of these rock faces. Little rock, stone, brick pieces. That's going to go like that. Turning of the page. Is there another piece? Oh, you know what? Before we turn the page, there's one other thing I have to do. This goes like this. Like that. And then finally, this goes up here. And I think that's it. I think, looking at the instructions, I think that's right. I think that's it. All right, so we're going to flip the page. Then we're going to take all these little caps. This cap goes here, like that. And we're going to put another one here. And we're going to put another one here. Going to put another one here as well, right there. And we're going to put, why am I whispering? Why am I whispering? We're going to take this piece and again, repeat the steps just further up. The only other thing that we need for this then is the boulder. I'm not superhuman, no, it's not heavy. And that can go right at the top for potentially throwing down, for a throwdown. That's finished. Now we just have to build ourselves a tree. Now, hold the phone before you think that there's going to be a lot involved and I have to go out, I have to buy some seeds, I have to water this thing every single day. I don't have to. I'm going to build imaginary trees. The tree is not going to be real, although in our world it can be real. I'm going to find this piece. Now we've got ourselves a tree trunk. We're going to start putting the leaves on top. Like that. Kind of looks like a plane. If a plane was made out of a tree. I guess you could have wooden planes. That's really what they would have started with. That piece goes on top. Then we're going to take it and we're going to flip. Kind of flip the process. Do what we just did differently. This piece goes... Where's the other piece? Where is that other piece? Like that? No, that's not right. Where is that other piece? I'm probably doing this wrong. No. I think it goes like that. There we go. Then we're going to flip the page again as we finish up the rest of the tree. I think I actually did do this wrong. This goes further up. It kind of has, you have to offset it. Take another one of the squares. Squares goes on top. Then we're going to alternate it again. Giving us the final look of the tree. For details, we're going to add some berries or apples. I guess berries, that would be a pretty large berry. Be very careful if you're walking under a tree and you had berries this large. They would fall down and hit you in the head. You'd be like, oh my head, oh the berries. No, these are apples. I'm assuming them apples. They could, I guess they could be other things. It could maybe be a pomegranate. Pomegranates grow on trees? This is information I really don't know. And there you have a tree. And that, my friends, is finished. That is it. That's all we have. So, let me just move this out of the way, move this out of the way, move this out of the way, and you've got yourself a tree, and you've got yourself the stone rock face. Now, evil, he kind of does look evil, doesn't he? Evil Pancham can stand. Oh, and I just gave it away. I just gave away the surprise. There wasn't really much of a surprise. You guys are smart. You would know what was going on. You can put Pancham up there, and poor little unsuspecting Eevee could just be walking around thinking to himself, wish there was some pomegranates around here, but I don't even know if pomegranates grow on trees. He could be sitting right there, and old, I say old, he's probably not old, young Pancham. Let's move him over actually a little bit. We're going to move him to the end there. Pancham is thinking to himself, yes, keep wondering if you have pomegranates on trees or if they grow on some other plant variety. While you keep thinking that, I'm going to take this little lever here and I'm going to knock the boulder down. And it just basically flicks. That's all it really does. It flicks, or you can have the boulder further back. You lift this up, boulder comes down. Eevee has no idea because he's wondering if pomegranates grow on trees. I also really like the boulder too. It's got the brick pegs on the undersides, so you could peg it to things as well. It's a fun set. A little more complex than what we were looking at before. The basic figures, again, only had like 6 to 9 pieces. This is a little more involved. But the end result is you've created a world with these hands. You guys have used your eyes as you've watched me build it with these 2 hands. These are now available in stores. I've seen them at Walmart, certainly Toys R Us as well. Today's collectible spot, we were having a look at the Spinmaster Pokemon Ionix Pancham versus Eevee. Thanks for watching as you always do, guys. Stay tuned. Spot's going to have more videos heading your way. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.